You know, I had been involved in broadcasting for some years at that point, and my music has been borrowed, you know, on many occasions.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
A piece of music has been borrowed by somebody else.
I call it borrowed.
Yes,
you know, they can take anything they want from me, Harold, you know, but they really can't take my music because I'm the source, you know.
Yeah, right.
And I believe that, you know.
But usually they got some sort of things about, you know, money matters that are mattering there, that somebody creates something.
Well,
but
you know, I see both sides of the coin because, you know, there's a whole thing brewing now with the digital rights, you know.
Absolutely,
and, the podcast thing, I'm involved in podcasting too, and you know, the rights thing, and I'm an ASCAP member.
Right.
And ASCAP is very
a proud
strict.
ASCAP
Yeah,
member.
proud ASCAP, right?
Yeah.
And the deal is that also because of my history as a longtime public access producer and host, I believe that...
Welcome home.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I got to say, Harold, you know, thank you for having me here in the studio.
No, because, isn't it great? Yeah,
this is the first time I ever did a show in the studio.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Normally I carefully craft my shows.
Yeah.
On my own equipment, I bring them in, edited, and they know me very well at the glass window.
Right, you're dropping the tapes off here for because you still got the show on them.
You know,
got the envelope.
I got
the envelope with the labels.
Right. You know, you put them on the tapes.
Good for you. You've been doing it since how long? 1984.
We went on the air February 2nd, 1984.
And we have maybe it's the time. I want to get over to the composition and everything. Maybe we got a clip, okay?
Okay.
And I want to set this one up a little bit because here it is. What was the date?
February 2nd, 1984.
February
Friday night.
Friday night, February 2nd.
Saturday morning, because
Saturday morning was
late Friday
late night. Yeah, we got that. That's a tricky thing.
Morning,
but it was the first time you ever put a program on public access.
That was it.
And you've been playing since 1984. Yeah, I mean, I'm putting programs on.
That's when we started. That was #1 of #1.
And you were working then with Laurie
Friedman.
Laurie Friedman, a real creative.
And Barry Finnerty, guitarist, and we formed a creative cooperation called Backbeat Productions.
Backbeat, I remember that. And you came and you came in today with me. You said, got an old tape that was from the very first show we ever did.
We didn't even know if it would play back. It was so old.
We didn't know it was going to play back, an old VHS tape. And this is like gonna take a sentimental journey, right? Go back to that now. And so we're going to play that, and we're going to play. We're going to play a little bit of the countdown, and then what it is, it's got some really good graphics, and we're going to play 4, 5, 6 minutes of that. And we're talking now with Jon Hammond, a legend, as it were, in radio broadcasting. We've got to get to. He's a composer. We haven't gotten to that yet.
My voice on this voiceover, I told you just before we started rolling, I actually did the voiceover on my way to the airport in a Walkman.
You mean the actual voiceover that's on the tape?
Yeah, because I was traveling a lot at the time, and we did all the graphics and the music and everything, but I had to do the voiceover. And in those days, we didn't have, you know, great microphones and all that stuff. So you'll hear a few peas popping there.
You find a few peas popping or a few horns honking or something in the background down the
Van Wyck
Highway.
This is the one that put us on the map, and we had a lot of fun. I'll never forget when it came back over the TV. I was sitting there, I just about fell out of the chair.
Yeah, the first time it ever appeared on the TV. You had made the transition. You'd been doing radio before that. Okay, and we're going to come back to that. So why don't we set that up in the booth and run that tape? I guess it goes for a few 5 minutes or so.
With number one, the Jon Hammond Show, MCTV, Channel C.
All right, so set that up and run that now then, please. Thank you.
Backbeat Productions.
That's it.
The Jon Hammond Show. And now, here's your host, the star of the show, Jon Hammond.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the Jon Hammond Show. We have many fascinating, beautiful things we're going to lay on you this evening. We're going to feature the music of a very fine guitarist, Mr. Barry Finnerty. And we'll have him on the show here a little bit later. And some mind-blowing videos by Laurie. So let's get things rolling here with the first tune by Mr. Bad BF. This tune is entitled Funk in A. Yeah, those videos are really beautiful. How about that beautiful stuff by Lori? So special effects, they're blowing your way out there. We're taking complete control of your television sets for this little 28-minute pack here. So don't touch your dials. We got some fabulous stuff coming up here. And we do have something coming right up here. It's called...
Yeah, who's that? Now listen to me, I'm talking about you on the other phone right now, 3 to 6 o'clock tonight, New York time. Let's go. Thanks, man.
Jon Hammond here with the great Joe Franklin, king of radio and TV. Big Joe, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad, John. I want to tell the whole world out there, even beyond the world, beyond perpetuity, that I am a fan of I'm a fanatical, avid, ardent, fervent fan of the Jon Hammond Show, which is, of course, on cable TV and streaming the entire world over, as well as on Hammondcast and podcast. And I'll say it again, it is great entertainment. I love the Jon Hammond Show.
All right, Joe. Thank you very much, Joe.
I meant
All
to
right,
say
all
no.
right.
John,
You're the
great
best,
man.
Joe.
God bless you, kid.
So, can I just ask you?
John, you want to close that door?
Chucky Carter on percussion, everybody. Louis Flip Winfield on the drums. Great Roland Barber on the trombone. Cord Martin on the tenor saxophone. I'm Jon Hammond. 40 minutes goes real fast, but we do have 2 minutes left, and we're going to use them up, man. Everybody go on the internet. We got a TV show in New York for 35 years. Every Friday night, it's called Jon Hammond Show. Whenever you hear this song, it's called Lady Brent. We're just going to play a couple minutes and get out of here. And there's non-stop music right here on the terrace. Thank you for the new sponsors, Avid and the NAM organization, Summer NAM, Music City, Nashville. Thank you, everybody.
Well, okay, everybody, we're very, very lucky. I want to thank you. This is George Clinton, P-Funk. Funkadelic, and here we are in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. Yep. And George, I just want to say real quick, first of all, thank you very much for doing this. And you've done so many things. You have so many musicians who are my favorite funky musicians come through your bands. And everybody loves playing with you. It's always a fantastic experience.
It's always been fun with a lot of folks up there making music. P-Funk, Parliament, Funkadelic, Bootsy, and then you get the Horny Horns, Fred Wesley, Maceo Parker, and
nothing but a party.
Right? It ain't nothing but a party. So when anybody see us, Miles used to say, when musicians see you, they ready to party, no matter what kind of music they play.
Well, I just want to say up front, big congratulations on the American Eagle Award, to add it to your archive of awards, including your 3 platinum albums and everything. So it's really great that you're here to accept it. And, you know, you're still active. You're out there doing it. And I'm happy to hear that, too. Yeah, you got a tour here now.
Yeah, we're just getting started, man.
That's beautiful.
You know, I'm supposed to be retired at the end of this year, but I feel like I'm just starting. I feel like I hear Frankie Lyman singing "Why Do Fools Fall in Love."
Right.
That was the beginning of my career.
Well, going back to Frankie Lyman, I did want to ask you about when you were a staff writer in Motown, and how did you come up with "Testify"?
Oh, wow. That was one of those riffs, you know, you just like sitting around the barber shop, 3-string guitar, string broken, the Billy bass, was strumming on it, and you fell into one of those pockets. I just want to testify. And we was trying to imitate Bob Dylan. We was laughing at how the Rolling Stones sounded like him, how the Four Tops sounded like him in different genres of music. And so we just did it. Friends, inquisitive friends are asking you what's come over me. You know, Bernadette.
Yeah.
People are searching for the kind of love that we possess. For top, everybody was doing Bob Dylan at that time. So we just snuck a little, we bite off him a little bit and snuck it in there. Nobody didn't even notice it.
Oh, a beautiful hook, you know, and it had so much relevance in it.
At that particular time.
And today.
You know, right. And that feeling has that cadence have like a a march or preaching to them. You know, I want to testify what your love has done for me.
Yeah.
It can be one-on-one or it could be universal. You know, and that's where we choose to pretty much take all our songs, you know, even though they sound one-on-one, but they were always pretty much, you know, shining. Everybody got a little light under the sun.
Well, I love that tune, and your rhythm sections, you always got the great drummers and bass players, and one of my friends, Rodney Skeet Curtis,
Oh my God.
was on your band for a long time.
I
Right?
was just looking at him on the internet just now. He said he's with Maceo, him and Greg Boyer. But Skeet,
Yeah, great boy.
Skeet,
Yeah.
Skeet was terrible from 15 years old. When,
One of my very favorite bass
yeah,
players.
boy, and then Dennis Chamber
Yeah, Dennis
was his partner. They both was like under 18 years old when we first got them.
Wow.
And they was both bad. I mean, they was out of this world before they even got with us.
Thank God Dennis is back in the saddle, you know.
He's back there,
Yeah,
He got
I
something.
ran into him in the airport, and
Yeah.
he looked good, you know.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him back
Yeah.
there.
Well, sending prayers out to T.M. Stevens, you know.
Yeah, I heard so.
Yeah, but T.M., he has the amazing energy. I don't know, I still have faith he'll get everything back together, you know.
Yeah, pray for him.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, George, so you've been traveling a lot, and you travel in a very special way because you are the original mothership traveler. Where's the mothership today?
The mothership is in the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
fantastic,
it's
man.
definitely one of the best exhibits there. The New African American Museum there in Washington, Smithsonian.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks good every time I go. Yeah,
Well,
beautiful.
I dug what you were doing with the Brian Rothschild and the John Lennon bus. So you had those young musicians, and you whipped them into shape real
they
quick,
was-
you know.
those were some nice sessions we did.
Really?
You know, I did that to my band. I took all my grandkids and kids and put them in the van. You know, and we still got Blackbird and all of the musicians in there, but all the singers and things.
Wow.
And the kids, like I see, they give us a new energy.
That's beautiful. Well, I grew up in the Bay Area, so yeah, I was playing a little bit with Freddie Stone, who, you know, Sly's brother, and Willie Sparks, who was the original drummer on Larry Graham Central Station, you know.
I know.
So have you been in touch with Sly at all lately?
2 months ago,
All right.
he's doing pretty good.
That's good. Finally, he's getting something, you know, got a taste, you
and
know.
not only that, he did some songs about 4 songs with me on the last Funkadelic album.
that's great.
Shake the Gate.
That's great
Yeah,
news.
check that out. He did really
Wow.
nice songs.
A big inspiration to me, you know, because Sly started out on the radio, you know.
Yeah, I know. Sid SID, WSID.
Right. And that's where I got all my music in the old days.
KSID, I say.
AM radio.
K-San.
Yeah,
He's
the
on
underground. We had the underground FM stations, Big Daddy Tom Donahue in the Bay Area. But we had a KDIA
KDIA. Ooh,
and K-Soul.
Bob Bob Jones. Bob Jones at KDIA.
Right.
And K-Soul, that Sly was there.
Yeah, that's right. He was spinning records right there.
Then I was at a K-Rock. What's the name? Dusty
Yeah, Dusty
Street.
Street. Yeah. And they don't call it Dusty Street for nothing.
Boy,
She's in Ohio now. I know Dusty because I knew Dusty when she was on the air. You
I
know.
love her voice.
Yeah.
You know, I did the first show with Tracy Allman.
Wow.
You know, and Tracy used to do a skit of Dusty. You know, the hard voice, the heavy voice, rock and roll, and she did it real good.
Yeah, beautiful, man. So, I was wondering, how do you write your songs? Do you lay it down on keyboards?
All different ways. No, ad lib, acapella. Somebody on the keyboard got a groove going on, John, in that. Or sometimes I have a melody like Knee Deep. I just have the melody. I sung it acapella for years before I had somebody write an arrangement to it.
I see.
Yeah.
And
I'm from the old school where they could write arrangements.
Right.
If you just sing it on a cassette, they can write the arrangement, make the music, or they can give me a track and I can do it. Or I can, what they do now, they freestyle a lot of it, so I can do that just like thinking out loud.
So when you start publishing your music, do you go ASCAP or BMI or both?
What's the new one?
CSAC?
CSAC.
Oh, you're on CSAC. All right. Well, that's really great to know that, because there's a lot of songwriters out there, and people don't know, how to get their stuff all published and registered up.
What I did with CSAC.
Did you ever do any work with Bernard Purdy?
Yeah. When Purdy came home from the Army, when he first came home from the Army, he was the drummer for Joe Bett in the Brill Building.
Oh, yeah.
1962, 3, him and Richard T, all of them, they were the like Benny Benjamin and them were in Detroit. James Jamerson, like that rhythm section they had there. We had a rhythm section in New York. And Purdy, that's what he created his sign, Purdy at Work.
Ah, I heard so much about that,
He used to have that sign up in the session.
So you done did it, you hired the hit maker, Bernard Purdy, or something like that,
when
right?
When he came home from the Army.
It got him a lot of gigs.
We all got jobs at Joe Bett. That's where he.
Joe Bett.
That's where he got. He was cutting the demos. Richard T. Yep, all of them.
Oh,
Eric Gales. That was the crew. That was the.
James Jamerson.
James Jamerson, Benny,
and his son
Chris.
was a beautiful bass player too.
Yeah.
I met him over in Germany when he was with the Crusaders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to keep you too long, George, but I could talk with you all night long, man. So we're gonna put this out on cable TV and podcast it out and do all that stuff, and so you have a beautiful experience presenting. There's nothing but music people here,
Okay.
So thanks a lot, George Clinton, everybody. All right.